Good day to you all, and welcome once again to our Lenten reflections offered by the Christian Life Center with the help of its director, Father Alex. I suspect most of you know what this is, a collection basket. I'm sure if you're at church on every weekend, you're going to see one of these. This is a long-standing tradition of supporting the church by our donations so that the church can do its ministries throughout the world. So this becomes an important piece of our worship experience. And as you know, it gets passed along from bench to bench, and everyone has that opportunity. And then, of course, this gets placed into a larger basket. The reason I share these little props with you today is because as we celebrate the third Sunday of Lent, the story comes to us from Mark's Gospel. And the story tells us about Jesus overturning the tables, making a whip, kicking everybody out of the temple area, and having them not make that place like a market. Well, they were doing the same thing that we do with these collection baskets. When people entered the temple, they made an offering. And they also brought an offering for a sacrificial offering for the altar. So not just coins, but small animals, doves, lambs, etc. were offered at the temple. The problem was, for Jesus, is even though these things needed to take place, and they had to take place because you were not allowed to use a Roman coin and offer that coin for the temple. You had to take a Roman coin and exchange it for a Jewish coin. In this way, there were tables at the entrance of the synagogue, of the temple, and you would exchange your Roman coins and get coins that were appropriate for the temple. There were also people who sold pigeons, little animals that would be sacrificed at the altar of the temple. So in many ways, they were doing what we do with these collection baskets each and every week. But the problem is the people were being exploited by the money changers and those who were selling things for sacrifice. They were charging more than they should. They were also taking advantage of the peasants who would travel long distances by foot to come to the temple to make their offering and to offer their prayer. And they were exploited consistently. It would cost them to change the coins. It would cost them more for a pigeon or a small animal than anybody could imagine. And they made the place kind of a party atmosphere into the entrance of the temple. And so that's why Jesus gets angry. Prepares a whip, turns over the money changers, kicks them all out, and says, "Do not change my Father's house for a marketplace." Jesus reminds us, I believe, in this little passage, that ultimately we aren't to make our own lives marketplaces. We are to make sure that our offering is pure, is intentional, that our offering shows that we support the work of the Church of Christ, that we find ways in our lives to support one another as well. And so that act of Jesus, which seems so out of the ordinary for him, to turn over tables and kick people out and cause a huge scene in the temple area, that was a prophetic motion. That was a prophetic act. That was a prophetic word by Jesus about the importance of making sure that not only do we offer our presence for prayer, but we offer our support for the continued effort of our prayer and our donations for the benefit of others. So as we prepare ourselves to celebrate this third Sunday of Lent, let us be mindful of this simple act when that little basket comes around, that we are reminded we are participating in the work of the Church in an extended way. God bless you all during your Lenten journey.